Alright guys, Tactical here back again today. I really wanted to talk about some of the drama that's gone down, particularly related to CRIMSIX over the last couple of days, at least talking about his relationships with former OpTic teammates, how things have all fallen apart, and really give a bit of insight into how the rivalries are shaping up for next season, because this Dallas team, which was confirmed just a couple of days ago now, I made those videos in advance. Thankfully, CRIMSIX did get confirmed onto the team. This is the announcement video. I'll leave this linked down below if you guys would like to check it out. Pretty damn good one. Really solidifies CRIMSIX back again as like a villainous type of figure within the community. That's what we're looking for, and he really expands on that in this AMA he did on Discord, and great individuals have been putting together some of this stuff in a Reddit thread, which we will go through in a few minutes time, looking at his relationships with Scump, why it's kind of broken down, and some of the issues that they were having with practice in the previous season, and where he sees himself going forwards with this Dallas team. So the confirmation is in, talked about it yesterday, of course, Hook, Ilishoti, CRIMSIX, and Kalista. So that's the squad. Great announcement video as well. We want to go through a few things today, rumours, more significant rumours than we've had over the last couple of weeks or so. Then we'll hop into this AMA, and there's really, this is a great shot. There's some really interesting stuff here. The fantastic videography as well from the Dallas Empire. So yeah, CRIMSIX back on that team. Just to show you here, this was their logo that got confirmed yesterday. This is something that maybe you guys hadn't noticed about this Dallas Empire logo. Hastro and the guys that designed this have actually managed to sneak Envy into here somewhere. You guys may notice that on this logo, it's not perfectly symmetrical. There's like a cutout here where there isn't on the other side. That creates this being a nice little N and this being a V. So Envy is still in there somewhere. They've got blue on the color palette, so the boys in blue are back. Great branding in my opinion. Let's move onwards here. We had a big announcement as well a couple of days ago related to the Call of Duty League, how it's going to be organized this coming season, the challenges, the path to pro, all of that stuff. Don't have time to go through that today, but interestingly, E United respond to this this tweet from the COD League with the following, and yeah, so pretty interesting stuff. Maybe this implies that E United are still looking to be involved in the challenges in that kind of scene, but not involved in, of course, the professional league for this season. B-Sport Josh still says he's still looking to be a sub for franchise teams, so yeah, thanks to Atomic COD for pointing this out to me. And we have another similar few things to go through here. So Fighter says, unfortunately, unable to get a spot in the CDL. Thanks for Minnesota for pointing this out to me. You guys can feel free to do that whenever you like on Twitter. Just at me and stuff in case I haven't seen it. Jetlee says a similar thing as well. Need to devote everything in the path to pro. So yeah, moving onwards from the sadder news to Rasim Blaz saying that he seems to have signed a contract somewhere. Of course, we're going to find out about that in coming days. I'm just flying through stuff right here because we want to get into the juicy stuff. Teddy Rex, good news for the kid. Let's go, baby. Alex says, okay, maybe this is implying that there's something going on here. Of course, this could be anything. But whether he's been picked up as an S&D substitute, personally, would surprise me. But, you know, who knows, right? And just going to go on to this as well. When we talked about the Los Angeles, well, we didn't actually talk about this yet. We talked about the Dallas Empire announcement. The Gorillas have announced this being their kind of logo. I mean, okay, it's not great, but whatever. Parasite quotes this, gotta support the home teams, LA born and raised. People are like, okay, exactly what's going on here. CDL Intel comes down and says this is the four-man squad that's been, well, not confirmed, but he thinks is pretty much confirmed. We really didn't have much rumours, or many rumours, sorry, for the Los Angeles team outside of the Los Angeles OpTic, the Immortals one, which is Slasher Kenny, TJ, Dashi, and JCap rumoured to be. No announcements and no confirmations there yet, and we really weren't sure what the other Los Angeles team was going to be. We heard rumours around some of these players. Apparently, this is what it's going to be. Aches, Saints, Aqua, Decimate is 100%. Their fifth is either Lacefield or Blast. So, you know, maybe Blast, after saying he's just signed a contract, maybe that's where he's gone. Parasite being another person of interest, kind of relating to this tweet, maybe he's going to manage to find his way onto a substitute bench or something like that for this organisation. But yeah, interesting. Thought I'd go through that rumour because it's something we haven't really seen over the last few days or so. So here we go. Crim did an AMA last night. Here's a few of his answers. Link below for the full transcript of the good questions and answers. Let's go on to that now. So here we go. Mr. Angry Penguin puts all this stuff together on the Reddit. I'll leave this linked down below for you guys to check out. And we're just going to roll right through it because it's a very interesting, some pretty spicy stuff. And as I say, it sets the scene very well for the upcoming season, especially with that Chicago team of Scump and Formal rumoured, the Los Angeles OpTic team of Dashi and TJ rumoured, against this Dallas team. There's so many cross-team rivalries here. And I think I got a comment on yesterday's video saying, you know, do you think it was about time that OpTic team that most of the fans were fans of kind of split up? And I think to some degree it's something I've been hoping happened for a long time, not because I don't like any of the players on OpTic or anything like that, just because I think it's better for the scene and better for the community when the fan base is split up to some degree. I still think most people will be Chicago fans, NRG fans, but the fact that Karma's going to be on Seattle rumored, CRIMSIX is on this Dallas team, same with Claystar, TJ and Dashi are still on the old OpTic squad, so you know, the rivalries are going to be insane this season. It's going to make things very spicy indeed. Let's go through this Q&A then. Angry Penguins pretty much bolded the ones that are most interesting, but we'll go through them anyway. Easiest and hardest players to play against in your career. JCap, easiest, hardest, apathy. Pretty interesting decision. Do you think the competition will go on PC? PC's fines don't really care. I'd prefer to stay on, I'm guessing he means I'd prefer to stay on console. Any other teams you wanted to sign with? No. Straight up, what happened to the OpTic team? I called Stro right after Hector calls me and kicks me on Dana, that's his girlfriend, on her birthday. This is pretty crazy stuff because it implies that there's some sort of resentment or revenge kind of attitude in CRIMSIX's, you know, the way he's just called me and kicked me. Maybe he's just dramatizing it for effect, but it kind of implies that maybe that wasn't the cleanest break, right? Do you think any Black Ops 4 superstars will stay on their superstar level? Anyone who can play boots games? How will you and Clay mesh this year? People thinking Clay and I are going to clash, but on Cole we always agreed. He was only kicked back in the day because Pat couldn't stand him. I think Ake's response to this a little bit further down below. What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to in Modern Warfare? I love the game, suits my playstyle. Welcome to Envy finally. Dark Horse team and his villain CRIMSIX bag. Yes, they dug their own graves. Time to shove them in them now, which is pretty crazy. In his video, in his announcement video, he says, I never forgive and I never forget. There's also some stuff that came out about him not getting paid from the old OpTic team. We're going to go into that tomorrow. It's really too much content to cover today. So you and Hector aren't friends anymore? I am friends with Hector, is what he said, which is fine, but, you know, from what he said earlier up, maybe there's, you know, friends, but, you know, a little bit of conflict maybe. How close were you to teaming with Damon? This is Karma, of course. Salary cap ruined the chances of Damon and I teaming together. Very interesting, this. Now, as far as I'm aware, the salary cap is something in the region of $1.25 million for your entire team. If you guys remember it exactly, leave it down below. I think it's something like $1.25 mil, $1.5 mil, $1 mil, something like that. And your entire roster and your substitutes have to be combined. Their salaries have to be lower than the salary cap for your entire roster. So you can pay more players more than others, some players more than others. But yeah, apparently Damon and CRIMSIX are making bank because they would have making a lot of money if that was going to cause an issue with salary cap, right? Biggest rival going into the 2020 season, as are always, ourselves, which is a great real comment here. Few other things. Initial thoughts on Chotzianelli, top tier for a while now. Headquarters versus Hardpoint. Okay, I don't know what he's on about here. Not going to go into depth on that one because, of course, he could be joking around at some point. As if we're actually playing Headquarters next year, would lose the plot a little bit. CRIMSIX, what would you describe your last season like? Garbage. Probably my worst COD. Still better than a load of people. A Champs besides Sunday was probably the third best ICR at the tournament, which I think is probably fair enough on that tournament. Are you and Seth cool? Nope, he says. Now, he does comment further down, like, don't blow this out of proportion, so we'll go on to that in a second. Did Scump want you dropped? Vid on it later, he says. So maybe that's come out by the time this video goes live. When it does come out, of course, we're going to get into depth on that. What happened with Karma? Damon and I both got offers and couldn't find a way to get what we deserved while playing on the same team based on the salary cap thing. OpTic, LA or NRG, so I'm kind of going over a few things here. If you guys want to pause the video, of course, and have a look at them in more detail, feel free to do that. OpTic, LA or NRG, yeah, screw them both. I like Hector, though, which is, honestly, this is madness, man. Villain CRIMSIX is back in full force. Do you think there will be more pressure on you now playing against the likes of Scump or Karma, or will it be the same as playing anyone else? Way less pressure now, which is an interesting take on things. Was the original plan for you guys to stick together? Yeah, but no one liked each other anymore. And we're going to go on this in just a second. There's another comment further down. Did it get annoying to feel like you're in a backseat? So glad to be out of his shadow and do my own thing. Be my own person, not cater to people that are fans of his, which is just exactly what we want to hear from CRIMSIX, to be honest, with these rivalries coming along. Would you have teamed with Formal again? Who, he says, like echoing the classic Parasite statement of whose complexity. What did you regret most from your time on OpTic? Not getting what we deserve when OpTic sold, then proceeding to get screwed over for 2 more years. This is also related to what I might well talk about tomorrow. This is a very interesting answer. What was the most annoying thing while teaming with the OpTic guys? Players showing up late? 45 to 90 minutes late every day. Tyler, that's Teep, the coach, and I sat in lobbies. Overall, just hated practicing last year. People weren't there to improve. A complete waste of time. I'd lose 4 because players would go out and party 5 days a week, or myself and TP would have to call other players to literally wake them up to get them on. They get on tired, the scrim is chalked. For everything we did, TJ, Brandon, that's Dashi, Seth, one of them each time would be late. Didn't matter what it was for, someone would be late. So that's where I'm going to leave it. Don't want to go for every single answer, but a very, very interesting comment there. And he does expand on this a little bit further down. So, you know, they have a bit of banter here back and forth. Then CRIMSIX says this: please don't blow this scump stuff out of proportion. I've just heard so many different stories at this point where I'm done trying to find out the truth. I just don't trust them. I'm not buddy-buddy with any of them. Over it. Let's move past that now, bros. So just to comment on this really quick again, related to the Hector and Ian relationship, I'm glad to see that Ian still considers him as a friend. It wasn't Hector's fault on timing, just hilarious timing given that it was Dana's birthday. Kind of ruined her birthday evening because both of us were like, okay, now what do we do? So let's just go through this in a bit more detail here. Like, this is something that, of course, I guess we expected to kind of be the case behind the scenes, but it's really interesting to have this kind of thing in writing, right? He's teamed with Scump for so long. Back in the Advanced Warfare days, they've been teaming together so long. The fact that he considers that he was in Scump's shadow to some degree, of course, with the fan base that Scump has behind him, and the fact that he now comes out after the practice situation last season, after having a reasonably good champs overall as well. Don't trust them. I don't trust them. Now, he's not talking about Damon, he's talking about Scump, he's talking about TJ, he's talking about, you know, Dashi, right? A lot of things to do with the practice situation. He doesn't want to team with Scump anymore, doesn't want to team with TJ or Dashi anymore, right? And that's why he's gone over to this team with the young guns, and Illy and Shotzi and Hook as well, of course. And teaming with Clayster as well, a guy he got along with very well back in the day. This is so good for storylines, and I feel like it may help CRIMSIX come out of his shell a little bit, right, and play even better Call of Duty than he has been. As he says in his video, the fire's back under him, he's got a team that he's happy to play alongside, because I'm sure that really annoyed CRIMSIX last season if they're not getting good practice, but the team's still not splitting up, right, and they're still staying together because they've had some success early on in the season, of course, winning Las Vegas. The team doesn't really want to split up, but things are getting more and more frustrating. Now he's got the opportunity to go onto this Dallas team, go back with Hastro, or not necessarily go back with him, but be alongside Clayster and be alongside Hastro, and have these new young talents that he gets to dig his teeth into, right? And really try and put on a show on this Dallas team and build an empire, right, as he says. Of course, as we said, the rivalries from this are going to be insane. No real comment from this from Scump or anything like that. If CRIMSIX does indeed make a video about why whether Scump wants him kicked from the team, which may have been the case, the fact that he said, I'm going to make a video on it, he didn't distinctively say yes or no, but he's not going to make a video just to say, like, no, Scump actually wasn't involved at all, right? I'm pretty sure there was something going on there, maybe something deeper behind the scenes. But yeah, that's where I wanted to leave it today, to be honest. Leave your thoughts down below. Dallas versus Chicago is going to be lit, especially with him saying about, like, Scump potentially wanted him kicked. It was annoying him playing with him last season, doesn't trust him anymore. Then saying former, like, who even is this guy? So, honestly, ridiculous stuff. I'm sure you guys will have opinions on this down in the comment section below, whether you think CRIMSIX is in the right or in the wrong here. Regardless of what you think about it, this is good for Call of Duty. This is going to create some absolutely stellar rivalries next season, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm sure you guys are too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.